Hey everybody, my name is John from Community Life Church, and this is Meals Ready to Eat from the Bible. We would really appreciate a like and subscribe. Hello, today's episode is Why Are You Still Afraid? Do You Have No Faith? Jesus takes us to a place where our faith can grow stronger, and he goes with us. We're continuing our series on Mark, and this is Mark 4:35 through 41, just after the parable of the sower. There's a few more parables in between, but this is where we are. So let me just pop this up on the screen, and we're going to take a look at Mark chapter 4:35 through 41, and this is in the boat. On that day, when evening came, Jesus, said to them, "Let us go over to the other side." Leaving the crowd, they took him along with them in the boat, just as he was, and other boats were with him. And there arose a fierce gale of wind, and the waves were breaking over the boat, so much so that the boat was already being filled up. In other words, water was breaking over the sides of the boat. Jesus was in the stern, asleep on the cushions, and they woke him and said to him, "Teacher, do you not care that we are perishing?" And he got up and rebuked the wind and said to the sea, "Hush, be still." And the wind died down and became perfectly calm. And he said to them, "Why are you afraid? Do you still have no faith?" They became very much afraid and said to one another, "Who then is this, that even the wind and the sea obey him?" Again, that's Mark 4:35 through 41. So let's break this down and see what God's saying to us today and what he wants us to hear from him and what he wants us to learn. So the story, starts out with Jesus saying, we have some place to be. Let's go over to the other side. And he's telling his followers that his Father has given him a mission, a destination. There is some place that he needs to be, and we need to be with him. So there's also something that we need to do, something that must happen to us on the boat ride. We got to get in the boat with Jesus. When we are getting ready to go someplace, when we're preparing for a journey at the direction of Jesus, there is a period or point of preparation that we all must go through. We all must learn. And it takes place in the boat with Jesus. It's a small, confined place. There's no place they can't get out of the boat in the middle of the lake. They can't go for a walk. They're stuck in the boat. So what happens? A storm hits the boat, and the disciples and Jesus are all in the boat together. Same storm hits them all. This takes place while Jesus is taking a nap. He's asleep in the stern of the boat, it says. Now, Jesus is God, and don't ever forget that. Jesus is God, so he knew this would happen. He even planned for this to happen. He designed it to happen. And as far as he is concerned, things are going as planned. There's nothing to worry about, so he's taking a nap. The disciples, however, that's you, that's me, that's us, are terrified. This is not their plan. My plan is not to get in a small boat and go through a storm. Why would I ever plan such a thing? They don't know what's happening. They're not sure what's going on. And the person that they always look to for help, the person that they always rely on, is asleep in the boat. So what's going on here? But he's still God, right? Jesus is God, and he is still in control. What he wants to happen is happening all as well as far as he's concerned. So they wake him up, he stops the storm, and then he says to them, "Why are you afraid? Do you still have no faith?" So the whole point is this, we have to go through the storm with Jesus to get where Jesus wanted them to be. Now, this place where Jesus was going, we're going to see that in Mark 5, is a destination from his Father. And as it says, John chapter 4, let me look this up real quick. John chapter 4, 34, it says, "My will is to do, I want to do what the will of the Father is. That's my food. That's how I stay alive." So Jesus wanted to go over to the other side, and he wanted us to go with him, because just as the will of the Father is Jesus' food, it's the same for us, same for you and me. So they had to go through the storm with Jesus, and he goes with them. It's the same for us. We have a place to be and something to do for God. We have a service to render. We have people to meet. We have people to be with. We have people to talk to. We can't get there to be who we are unless we go through the storm and learn to call on Jesus, to rely on him and trust him. But we got to go in the boat, and we got to go through the storm to get to the other side. And when we do this, we wake up our sleeping faith, and we become that thing which changes the world around us, which changes people. We become those people who call the world back to God for God, for Jesus. So remember, we got to go through the storm. We're going to get through the storm because we're in the boat with Jesus. And as a matter of fact, got no other place to go. Thanks for watching. You can join us Sunday morning, 10:30 at 20 West Main Street, Catskill, New York. Can't make it? You can stream our services live on YouTube or Facebook, which you can find on our web at clchurch.cc. That's clchurch.cc. Don't forget to follow us throughout the week for devotions and times of sharing from leaders and staff. Leave a comment, leave a like, whatever you want. And thanks once again.